It's a lot, but it's
maybe
Homeboys,
it's much for Deusvult. Angela, okay. What is this game? Now you see, you asked for some wild, risky plays.
Risque.
Risque. You gotta give it with some emphasis, like some head smack.
Risque. There you go. Hey,
I think it is gonna be risky though.
It works. I think as long I'm a firm believer at this point, and not just because we saw Layla recently. I'm a firm believer in these teams can make anything work to a degree, right? Now, again, a lot of this is going to be decided in the early game, tempo-wise. And I think, too, if you're talking about it like Baksha, that's one of the great things about Baksha is your tempo alone in terms of your rotation speed, being where you need to be. If you can get those calls on these side lanes, putting pressure, maybe it's even in the mid lane, get the passives down or the sustainability down with his passive. Baksha's a great pick, but you really want to be able to set the tempo yourself if you're Deusvult here. And I think based on what we saw from game 1, the work's going to be cut out for them. But if they can deal with all this early magic damage, we'll see how it goes. We're jumping into the Land of Dawn. Game number 2 here. Match point. Once again, Homeboys against Deusvult. One of these teams will be going home today. Can Deusvult extend the series to game number 3, holding on to the tournament lives as they get us situated?
I'm a little confused because it's already starting out at 60 seconds 2-0.
Yeah, that's...
Wow, it looks like Solo and maybe Sunset Lever in the intro died. And Homeboys took advantage of that. I guess that could be the early aggressions between the Aurora and the Edith combo. That's something you don't see very often.
Because the Petrify was down too. So,
yeah,
as I was waiting to load in, action happened, man. So, the Petrify was utilized. Sapad gets that kill. It goes to Udil. This is scary. If you're Deusvult, man, because kills in that department on those heroes is deadly. And with that, they're going to go ahead and put a little bit of pressure here in the mid lane. Zoran, though, quite tanky himself. There's the knock-up into the Requiem. They go. Magister are going to be in trouble. He can't even play. Gets taken out of the picture. CC upon CC.
And again, I think that just builds onto what I was talking about in the draft, is that Deusvolt's kind of lacking that CC at this point. I think it's kind of what does Sunset Lover steal with the Valentina, right? The big things that they have available are going to be, the Frigid Glacier, the Violet Requiem, but look at this damage, my God.
Yeah, you got to be able to respect damage this early on. This is kind of what we were talking about with the overloaded magic damage potential early game. It's so far quite deadly, and that's the best start that they could have so far. Turtle's still going to go through these resets. Sunset Lever holding on to this ultimate for now. With that Edith there still, Kid Bowman going to be the focus, using the Vengeance already, still wants to fight it out. Jumping in with the Electro Final Blow, looking for the target, goes in, Setbot's going to fall, now Chibi's going to be the next one, still battling it out, now clapping back here, Deusvult, looking for a couple kills themselves. Kid Bowman going to be the one to fall, and now Udil in trouble. So there's some bite back here, now body after body going to fall. Deusvult looking to take the objective though.
I just want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I heard the crowd go absolutely wild there. Oh, what?
Wow.
How did he... Yo, I'm speechless. The turtle stolen by Homeboy CPAT. That is... There's just... What? Magister, what happened? Where'd your retry go?
Maybe, he just wasn't expecting it. I don't know, but that's a play right there for Homeboys. Now, given that whole sequence, how that kind of unfolded, right? Deusvult showing that they definitely have fight in them early on. Still, once again, they have to deal with the early damage potential, magic damage. You can already see, too, big items being picked up here. They got the Starlium Scythe already on nets. He's got that available to him. You pair it up the fact that Udil picked up the Genius Wand, so it's a little troublesome in terms of now we even have to deal with more burst or more, our magic resistance being reduced in some of these team fights. And so they really got to be careful how they play around it. Magister there, he gets the Heart Guard. Still going to be working on it. There's the Glacier. Udil going to be the one in trouble, though. Sapat on the backside goes in with a collectible final blow. Going to be able to find Magister. He's on the fall. Sawo as well. Deusvult biting off a little too much there.
That, again, I think Deusvult, that letting that escape with 1 HP, Udil just nasty, right? They have to watch out for that. Kind of taking a look at some of the items. When you see the Hawes Claws being picked up by the Bruno at this point, I think that the sustainability that they need, CC picking up the Brute Force early on, it doesn't seem like they're too worried about magic damage yet, as well as, boots haven't been completed yet, but the pressure.
Hiko gonna be in trouble. That's the power of this Harif pick and why we see it banned out so often. Also an early Starlium Scythe locked in on the item. Saul gonna be in trouble now. 3 members here on the top side. Can't get out of it. Magister a little bit too late. Udil here as well. Sunset Lover and Magister trying to hold down the turret. Turtle now up though. Homeboys furthering the gold lead. Nearly at 4,000 ahead here against Deusvult.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to be getting into the next turtle here. Deusvult really need to stop this snowball that's happening by Homeboys.
Still going to be trying it. Udil going to be in trouble. Has the passive available, though, but won't be able to get out as he falls. Hiko picks up the kill. Deusvult now eyes on this turtle. Chibi trying to keep up that front side. Sapat as well, trying to zone them out. Do they want to give this up? Do they want to fight for it? Chibi still going. Magister going to get zoned down a little bit. Onward, not going to be able to connect. Chibi gets the turtle. Flicker comes through. Gets out of there. So right now, Homeboy's happy with the objective. Chibi going to jump into the Lectal final blow. They go under the turret. Sepot still alive. They find Kid Bomba in the brush.
This is just speechless right now. Homeboy's executing everything perfectly, and we can already see another clash.
Hiko can't withstand the damage. The Glacier going to come down. Won't be able to find Sunset Lover. Meanwhile, Magister now trying to get away from this. Gets the Heart Guard. Still going to be going. Chibi jumps in. Stops them from going, but they're not going to get more. So Pot with a big item pickup here as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like Homeboy's going to take possibly this mid turret. They're zoning them out. Homeboys have to keep this snowball up.
This could be. They still get the turret. They're going to be happy with that. Chibi still wants to be able to fight, though. Sunset Lover! The damage is too much to deal with. Now Sapat here against Magister. Does he want to go for the kill? Going to jump in. Still goes for it. Has to use the retry to get away. Will be fine. Homeboys, though, pushing on the gas here.
I mean, they are definitely pushing Deusvult against the wall. Deusvult at this point really need to kind of step back, and I don't know what could possibly be stopping them from missing the retry, but Kid Bomba!
Wow. Even with the vengeance,
God.
It doesn't matter, G.
It doesn't. And look at this.
Chibi still wants more. Magister the target. The rest of the team going to try to help him out. Hard Guard going to come through. Still going to be fighting. There's the Glacier coming down, even with it all. He will be fine. The fight for the resources, though. Chibi knows it. They already got the Hard Guard dealt with. Still going to be putting the pressure once again on this side of the map of Deusvult. Divine Glaive as well. Picked up for Udil. If there wasn't enough magic damage, it's even more deadly now.
It is, and they're already zoning out for the First Lord. Homeboys controlling a bit of the map. Oh my God, CPAT into the top lane, taking out Heiko.
Still going to be going. Once again, Magister, the flicker from Zorn. Looking for more, though. The pressure is there. Now Sunset Lover going to be the one in trouble. 3 members are gone. Make it 4 for Deusvult. It's only Sao. This is dire for Deusvult. This Homeboys now makes the way for the Lord. First one of the game, and Sapat will continue to push the top side.
You said risky, we got risky. not only did we get risky, we got major aggression by Homeboys. The snowball effect is engaged, and we can see Deusvult. They need to find a response. They keep going in and testing Homeboys, and they're again, I think it's going to come back to that they're going to have to mount up a great defense. They do have the ability to do that, right? Kid Bomba, though, being farmed up alongside Magister. Mid-game coming in, we could see a little bit of a scaling happening by Deusvult as they are securing a bit of the magic resistance that they need against this magic heavy team that Homeboys has. Lord kind of rumbling down in the land of Dawn. How is Deusvult going to respond to such an aggressive attack?
Tough for them to deal with. Look at the backside. Sapot gonna jump in. Got a little aggressive there. Ends up falling. 1 versus 3. Was trying to just put the pressure. Still, Lord going to be making its way top side. Right now, Deusvult, full force, 5-man. Going to try to defend this. Still, does Homeboys actually want to continue to press this situation here? It looks like they won't. Again, even though Sapot went down, they still got a little more space to work with around the map based off that first Lord push. But ultimately not able to get any more damage on these base turrets.
I like this, right? Homeboys not forgetting that they didn't get the tunnel vision. This is what we see from a lot of teams, is that when that first Lord is secured, and again, I mean, CPAT had a little bit of tunnel vision there and did go a little bit too deep and paid for it. But again, the whole team didn't get tunnel vision. We do see a little bit of a resource fight here. All of Deusvult's here.
Gonna use that electro final blow once again. Sapot trying to focus down Sunset Level. We'll be able to get him. Hiko falls as well. 2 down for Deusvult. Still gonna be fighting Magister, trying to get out from Nets. Still alive though. Quite tanky himself. Kid Bomba, the next target. 3 members of Deusvult hold on the force from Homeboys. Knock it on the base now. Mid turret gonna be the focus. It falls. Now the top side, the focus for Homeboys. Will eventually get this as well. Deusvult, couple more seconds. Their full team will be back here. But Lord up in 30. What can Deusvult do here? Gee, they're almost 9,000 behind.
I mean, I think they've just been making mistake after mistake, kind of leaving the comfort of their base is what Homeboys wanted, and they just fell right in their grasp. Right now, I mean, if they could possibly get an easy pick, that might be where it's at, but it's the snowball effect on Homeboys is just a little bit too much. I think if they attempt to engage for this Lord, they might pay for it. And I think that Deusvult needs to stay passive, but again, they're being a little risky, and this might be the only chance that they have for this Lord, as it is going to be the second one. So I think it's reached its enhance point. They waited past that 12-minute mark, and Deusvolt's definitely opting to stay back at the base again. I think the only thing they can do at this point is turtle up, hope for a decent play. Maybe Sunset Lover able to get the Frigid Glacier from Udall here, and that might be that might allow them to stop a huge push. But I think that's about the only thing they can grasp for at this point.
Man, and with that, again, we've seen this so far, even in the previous series, right? When you're down this much gold, it gets very tough, right, for the team that's down nearly 10,000 gold at this point. Kind of at the whims, once again, of the set potential from Homeboys. So Deusvult,
the lanes,
how do they pull this through? Once again, lanes are synced. Lord in the mid, still going to be going. Heart Guard's going to be there to find the connection in the backside. Magister's going to get taken down easily, though. Sapot on the backside finds Hiko, takes him out of the picture, and they are going to do it just like that. Homeboys takes the entire team out. It's a wipeout. It's a triple for Nets, and they'll take this series in a sweep. They send Deusvult out of the tournament here, 2-0.
Wow. Homeboys showing complete aggression and complete control over that whole game. You know, we've seen it was a 50-50 in the first round. Congrats to Homeboys, because they showed that they brought the tenacity. And, I mean, Deusvult tried their best, but Homeboys seemed like they wanted it a little bit more.
Man, Homeboys, this just they're super clean. You know,
I mean, speechless.
yeah, it's a very clean performance, like from game 1 to game 2, just like we saw, in the previous series, man.
Yeah.